beautiful,
Love
Jody.
you so much.
Love
Thank you
you.
so much.
Love you.
Love all
Love
you
you
guys so
all.
much.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Love you all
Love
so
you.
much.
Oh,
Aww.
I feel that. I feel that. That really truly feels like infinite love. Like
Yeah.
that feels like infinite love. There's
Yep.
no question on that. That love that you feel, that you're sharing with me and each other. Oh, feel that. Feel that. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be doing this next session. Divine Golden Nectar. Oh my gosh, I can't remember this title because it's so long. Divine Golden Nectar and the Blissful Frequencies of Love. Yum.
Yeah.
Yum.
Title is just like yum, hey.
Yeah.
So I love how much the titles for these sessions say. Like just the titles trigger even your own like connection to it. You know, it's really beautiful. I love that. So I'm really feeling this very deeply, actually, this session. I mean, they're all deep, of course, but this one being about the divine golden nectar, that's something that's, I feel I've always been connected to it, and I feel very deeply connected to the divine golden nectar. And I want to share more about what that is. And basically, it is within our whole being, but the nectar is within our body, and we have it in our saliva. And it comes from a really, really high consciousness within ourself. And it's the nectar of our original golden selves.
Wow.
The original golden self that we are, which is there within us. And so to have that awareness and start connecting with that is very important and profound for our ascension. Now, when I do these sessions, I often start drooling a little bit because the nectar starts flowing. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have felt that.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's just like it's activated. It gets activated. So it's that, and of course, you know, the beautiful frequencies, the blissful frequency of love is what it is. And actually the word nectar actually means immortal. So it is like our immortal being, you know, and it's right now within us, and I want to guide you to be more conscious of it and connect with it more within yourself. And there's really no limit to how much you can connect with it, or how much and how you do it. You know, there's awareness of it, that it's in the saliva, but it's always in the saliva, and it's always within you, and it's always flowing. But it can flow a lot more when you're conscious of it. And the more that you allow that to flow, the more your frequency will rise. The love frequencies, because it is the love frequencies, that's what the nectar is. And so the more that you allow it and recognize and be conscious of it, the more you're going to feel your ascension become easier and easier. And it's very nourishing too. You know, it's actually our original food. When we originally came here into our light bodies and started to form more on a physical level, that's what we designed. We designed that golden nectar to be our food. We didn't eat then. We didn't need to eat. We had that was our nourishment, and it was directly coming from that golden being, that higher being that we are, that the infinite being of love that we are. And so that is still there. It's never gone. But you can, in our fallen identity, fallen personalities, we can shut down from it. And we do that too because that's part of the journey and to gain the wisdom. But it'll never completely go. It's kind of impossible, you know, it just can't. So, but to be more aware of it is very, very, very nourishing. And so something that you can do to activate it more is to just very gently swish your tongue around your mouth. You know, just have a little swish now, and just gently, and you'll feel more saliva activating. And like I've had actual experiences of tasting that nectar. Like in our high frequency, we taste it, and it's the most exquisite, sweetest, beautiful taste you can ever have. And quite often people get a smell. They don't know what that smell is, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, like scent, like a flower. That what is that scent? What is that flower? Have you guys ever had that experience?
I started having that since the sessions actually, and I would like look for it. Is it an incense somewhere, or what is it? I would start looking.
It's
And
really
then
it's indescribable, and it might just come fleetingly, like it might just come and then you're like, what was that? And you might try and say that it's the flowers or it's something, but it is a different smell, and it's very difficult to actually put a name on it and to connect with it. Now
exactly.
you can just say it's the divine nectar. And so uh, like originally we didn't have any stinky stuff,
No.
we didn't need deodorant, we didn't need soap, we didn't need any of that. We've in our experience of forgetting ourselves, that stink is really just ego. Really all it is. And so I'm not sure if you've ever noticed this, that the more that you are feeling your rise and your ascension, the less smelly you are. And people have often said to me, like, over and over and over, I smell like a baby. And I was just like, wow, that felt really touching and beautiful to smell like that purity. But I am not in denial that, I do have some body odor, but it's not very strong. And I understand what it means, and it's good to understand what it is and to not judge yourself for it, because then that's, feeding it. That'll make it a lot worse. Have you ever noticed the more stress you feel, whoa, the smell I am putting, right? And it doesn't matter how much deodorant you put on, it doesn't stop it, because that's a frequency. It's just a frequency. Our bodies are light, they're our consciousness. And so they're always responding to our command, and it's really beautiful. And so you can start to be more aware of that beautiful golden nectar. Something you can do is gently put your tongue up just behind your teeth on the roof of your mouth and just let it relax there. Like keep your tongue really relaxed, and you might notice straight away, like I felt that straight away, but I'm very used to doing it, that my mouth filled up instantly with it. And so you can do that. And I remembered about all this when I was very, very young, like when I was still in high school. And I would do it when I felt stressed at school, and when I found teachers projecting things onto me, which is very rare. Actually, I was a very loved student. I was a favorite all the time. I think they always found me really adorable, and so I got away with a lot of things. I actually refused to do my homework. I said I don't want to do homework, and I said I'm not going to do it. And they were just like, okay. For some reason, it was okay. And I went to 15 different schools, by the way. So this happened in every school. So I think it's really beautiful that they, on some level, their soul was recognizing that love. So, but if there was a situation where I felt a bit frightened, or in any part, not just school, I would allow myself to do that nectar. And just very calming. And you know what I noticed straight away? And we don't want to do this as a control thing, just a love thing. Whoever is kind of in that state around you will also change. It's, the oneness, and the oneness is instant in that moment, that whoever's with you will settle if they're stressed. So at this stage, I'd like you to just practice it yourself. It's not something to go and start telling people. If you want to tell them, then you can guide them to this video where the explanation is really thorough. And but just practice it yourself. Apply it in your life, and it's just really, really beautiful, and it gives you so much. And when you can be really conscious of connecting with it being your original golden being, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Your original golden being. So it's right here, and it's always nourishing us. But with our amazing wisdom gaining fallen consciousness, we've created it to be more minimal, in a way, is one way to say it. And so we've replaced it with food, we've replaced it with supplements and all of that sort of thing. And please do not stop doing those things, because we're not there. We're not fully back to that. It's a process. So keep doing those things and giving that to yourself, because our physical body still needs that until we are ready to change. I know some people try to be breatharians, etc., and that's okay. Everything is okay, whatever anyone's experiencing. But my guidance is don't stop eating. Just eat really well. Eat really nourishing, organics, perfect, really good food. I advise vegan food, but healthy vegan food. And because I've been a vegan since 2000, and I wanted that because, and the last meal I had bacon and eggs in it, and I just could not eat it. I didn't eat it. I didn't even eat it. That's when I decided that moment. I already felt like that my whole life anyway with meat. I didn't really eat a lot of meat, and my childhood was my mother was very focused on organic. She grew organic garden, and she was very focused, and see why I chose her, and supported all of us 9 children with good food and nourishing food. And she was on her own path of awakening, so it was really, that's really helpful. But I did have a time in my life where I really wanted to try all the toxic food. I want to try all takeaway food. I just really wanted to know what it was like. So I gave myself a really good indulgence in that, and until I'd had my fill, and I let myself do that. So I didn't want to be dogmatic. If I wanted it, I allowed myself, unless I changed my mind. And then I did. And even recently, with takeaway food from vegan places, and really yummy places where there's Asian vegan, there's Indian vegan, there's all different vegan, just general vegan foods. So there's a lot of places I've stopped having that, but I'm not saying that you should at all. I did, because of the frequency. Even in that, I started to feel a bit, oh, I just can't do it. It was really yummy and a very good transition in a way to allow that. And it's awesome that there's even places like that. But so your food and your diet it's not just your thoughts and your conscious choices. It's also food has a vibration, and how you are nourishing yourself that way also is important, to allow that nectar to really flow. And if you allow yourself to connect more with the golden nectar, and connect with how I'm helping you to understand it, you'll feel even less like having anything like that. Like, it's very fulfilling, and it can even take your appetite away. So, but be very aware and look after yourself still of your body where you are now, okay? I don't want any of my guidance to turn into such strict dogmatic uh, choice. I want it to be very nurtured gently into your life, and really embraced in that way. So it's really good to allow transition. So even now that you're understanding the golden nectar more, it's still a transition in this, from allowing it. So go easy on it. Don't limit it in a way, but don't become obsessive or overindulgent in it. You'll just know if you relax and trust. You'll know. So because the reason I'm saying this, because it will detox you. When you start really getting it all here now, but when you start to really enjoy it consciously, and you want to experience it more and more and more. And I absolutely understand that. Just know and trust yourself what feels right with the amount of focus on it, because the thing is to know that it is happening anyway, but it's happening at a level that's kind of being very minimal in a way. It can be so minimal in a way that our body just, people die. That's something that everyone really believes is a reality, that people die, right? And there's many reasons for that, but health is quite often the reason, right? So it's okay, it's perfect, it's part of the higher plan, of course. And so just that session light interim explains all of that. But so when you're applying this, just be very gentle with that tongue. And with your mouth, just short amount of time is plenty. Even 5 seconds is enough, you know. But you will feel quite peaceful and relaxed when you do that. And so what can happen is the body will start detoxing. So if you go gently, that detoxing will be gently. But it's the same when you're ascending anyway. You've noticed that, like when you start ascending and you have all this understanding, you actually really want to cleanse and be purified. You just feel it. You don't feel attracted anymore to the vibration. Your whole frequency changes. And that's the frequency of love. And the blissful frequency of love, we feel more and more. It's like the nectar and the frequency of love, it's the same thing in a way, because it is the frequency of love and we are the frequency of love with that. But the way that we've so masterfully created these bodies and our existence, it's just profound. And so I'm helping to guide you to understand how profound you really are. And so, but as I said, what can happen with the detoxing, it's unlikely to be really severe. Okay, it's if you're going into it nice and gently and applying it, like, you know, you could do this really focus on this nectar most of your day, really. But if you're starting to feel, just have that sense of knowing to go gentle with it. And so you might feel a bit more sluggish in yourself. You might feel a bit more foggy because the fog's clearing, okay? The fog's clearing and the sluggishness is clearing. The sluggishness comes from the suppression of emotion. The fog comes from suppression of the emotion. So in my session of understanding the emotions, that's how you integrate those. And you guys have been doing that. And so that really helps you to feel much more rejuvenated. But it's a definite thing that you may go through. Well, I say you will, because I have. And I know how pure my choices are and how pure my food is and all of that, but I still know that. So it's really okay to go through it. So more sluggish, you might get more aches and pains. You might feel a bit more stiff in your body, like your bones feel stiff. You might even be feeling that even just with doing these sessions, because it's cleansing and the nectar's flowing anyway. So like I said, your mouth might feel more saliva when we're in these sessions. So that is the symptoms that can happen. Also, that's just on a physical level, but on an emotional level, you might get more irritable. But just understand the irritability is only related to suppressed anger and feeling like you can't have what you want, which, you know, is really fed by fear, of course. So that emotion sessions are so good for all of that understanding. But these are the feelings that might get triggered from applying more of this, applying more nectar, more nectar focus. Now with the tongue, you don't have to do that at all either. Okay, it's really not necessary, but it feels good. But it is unnecessary, and if you do it, just a small amount of time. So because all you need to really do is say nectar flow, nectar flow. You just ask it to flow. So you can say that, and you'll know if you're feeling any of these symptoms that are a bit detoxing, then you'll know to just relax more. Because I know for me, I love to really push my ascension. Like I want it now, you know. I'm like, I want it. And I feel like it's good to feel that enthusiasm and that beautiful driving love to remember who we are. And I want that. I want everyone to feel that. But it's just understanding that boundary in a way. It's like you don't stop, but you understand when you're having a detoxing feeling, because it can be an emotional, physical. All your old beliefs can just be so boring to you. You know, you can just feel over everything and everyone. And that's good. So in those times, you just be really gentle with yourself and just move through that really gently and not force anything. Like, you can still focus on nectar flow during those times. You can still do that. But just give yourself plenty of time to rest as well. Like, the thing is, I think what I'm really trying to say is don't get obsessive about it. because, our fallen personality is going to, oh, great, this is going to make me win better. Oh, good. Oh, I can heal everything now. Oh, I'm awesome. Nectar, yay. I'm going to just jump in there and go crazy on it, but when you are having the humility with it and the gentility with it, it'll be a really balanced experience. So allow that in that way. Does that all make sense to you?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Is anyone,
Yes.
thank you, beautiful. Is anyone feeling a question around this? Please ask if you do.
Yes,
not
I
quite.
do.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, you go, Sean.
So I'm still, I'm not meditating as much as I used to, but I did meditate this afternoon for an hour. Is that, so when I put my tongue on the roof of my mouth during my meditation, I really felt that strongly this afternoon, actually. And I thought, what is that feeling that I can,
Wow.
is that what that is? Is that
Yeah,
connecting with that divine nectar?
absolutely. Yes. Tell me what your meditation is. What you say meditation, what do you do?
It's listening to Spirit, your track.
Right. The song Spirit?
Pardon? Yeah, the whole track. So I think there's four tracks to
Oh,
that.
that album. I think it's Blissful. What's it called? Free Spirit?
Free Spirit.
Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I thought you were talking about Spirit because that's really up tempo. I thought, well, that's interesting. That's on the One World Love album, but yeah. So yeah, that sounds good.
Yes, I just wanted to know if that's what that was, because I was really feeling that strong connection this afternoon.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And because this is coming too, like it's already in your experience, in your consciousness, whether we know it or not, it's you're feeling this already, what you're about to know. Your soul knows. Your soul knows everything. So you were feeling it and connecting with it already, but obviously it was another level, which is, yeah, that's what it is. But being conscious of it is really even more. Like you were conscious, you knew there was a feeling, right? So when you listen to the music, when you listen to Free Spirit, do you focus on anything else other than the music?
I focus on activating my DNA. And I say that to myself in my mind, and activate DNA for ascension, and what's the other one? Can't remember that one I used to say.
Okay. No, I understand. It's all right. It's okay. It's just in this moment, it'll come to you. But that's really great. And physically, any other focus physically?
Just trying to focus on every cell in my body. Is what I'm trying to focus on. Healing. So today was like I was a lot of focus on my light body.
Wow.
Focusing my light body a lot, and healing my physical body through trying to focus on my light body.
Yes. That's beautiful. That's really profound. That's very high consciousness, but it's natural. High consciousness is natural. So that's beautiful. Also, what we can do if we want to just do a meditation with the nectar, I absolutely support you and guide you to do that when it's appropriate. Don't turn it into dogma, of course. You'll just know. And if it's not dogma, if you feel to do it every day, it's just dogma if you feel like you're pushing yourself, or it's become a rule. It's not about having a rule. It's about understanding love, understanding our experiences. So, but what you can do in the meditation is just focus on each breath as well. Just really gently, don't force the breath. If anything, just allow the breath as it wants to be. And you can just focus on that at the same time as listening to the music, because the music's very soothing and very settling. And it's designed for that too. So you can focus on your breath and then just say nectar flow. You can put the tongue gently behind your teeth on the roof of your mouth, but you don't have to, okay? You really don't have to. Even just saying it will make it happen. And swishing your tongue around anytime you feel that. It's if your mouth starts to feel really dry at any time of your day, which we all experience, you can swish your tongue around in your mouth and you'll activate the nectar. But there's one situation that will make it that can dry your mouth out, that can kind of, it can't be blocked fully, but it can be lessened. And that's dehydration. So if you're not drinking enough water, pure water, of course, then everyone start drinking. That's beautiful. But it can do that. So if your mouth feels really dry, absolutely go ahead and apply that nectar flow. But realize also if it still feels very dry, then you need some water. Do you ever feel it's like when you wake up in the morning, your mouth feels really dry?
Yeah. Or during
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, and during the night, it's like,
Yes.
oh, that's so dry. So that's a good time to have a drink of water, even in the night. But it's okay if you don't. Just make sure you're hydrating well throughout the day. But sometimes when we're asleep, we often just have our mouth open, so we're breathing and drying out our mouth. So that's okay. But if in that moment you wanted to just twist your tongue around when you're just awake a little bit, if you remember to do that, it'll help settle it. And you probably just do it naturally anyway. Because I've had that experience where the throat's just so dry. It's like, where's that saliva, you know? So that can happen. And then you can do that, just say nectar flow, and we can swish your tongue around and you'll get that flowing again. And then you can even set it, like you can say to yourself, you can, look, it's so unlimited what we can do, you know, but you can say to yourself just before you go to sleep, nectar flow through my sleep. And you just set that into your consciousness. How beautiful is that? And so that possibly will lessen the dryness of the mouth. But yeah, it's very, very important for us to drink a lot of water. Like I've said before, if you're thirsty, you're dehydrated already. So don't wait till you're thirsty to drink. Drink. And especially in our ascension, because the high frequencies. Our high frequencies can be very dehydrating in a way. Even though it's giving us a lot of nourishment, our body is still adjusting to those frequencies. So, and we will adjust. I mean, ultimately we'll go beyond all of these limitations, but we don't want to feel pressured to do that, because then you're not going to go past them. You're just going to be pressuring yourself with all these spiritual rules. And, you know, there is a definite aspect of discipline that I talk about a lot. That's different to pressuring yourself. The discipline is just the focus. Does everybody understand that? The discipline, or do you have any questions on that?
That was my question. I was going to ask you that. I wanted to understand discipline and humility in relation to the nectar, and you answered that even without asking.
That's awesome. But yes, definitely. I mean, we have to apply all those higher conscious thoughts all the time, like how much, whenever our ego personality, our fallen personality is activated, we have to discipline ourselves to do that. That's our ascension. That's why discipline is really important. But I always like to explain the discipline that I'm talking about, because it's not about being hard on yourself. It's not about torturing yourself, and it's not about hating yourself because you didn't get it right. And that's just not going to serve you in any way. In fact, that's the time to have real discipline and smile and say, oh, I love me. I love you. I love everything. You know, just go to that love, go to that frequency of love, you know, just do that. And I love doing that, especially if I catch myself a habitual thought of judgment or anything that I know isn't love. And so I catch those very quickly. I'm aware of that very quickly because of all that awakening. I love that, in a way, I love that my ego personality is still there, because it's helped me to understand it. And I'm still gaining the wisdom. So I love that. But I do see it very quickly and change it, and just change it to love straight away. Oh, I love that. I love this. I love that. Whatever it is, even if it feels like the one thing I couldn't ever love, I still do that. I still say that. And that's the discipline. So it's a beautiful discipline. It's not painful. It's beautiful. It's freedom. I've always said that. Discipline is freedom. And it hasn't always been easy to understand. Because if you're viewing it from the ego personality that hates being controlled, of course it's going to scream because that's its job. Hey, you want me here, I'm staying here. And then, you know, we talked about the brain pathways and all of that last time, and it's just, thank you, but yes, I want my ascension. And this will take me to focus. And the thing is, really, there is nothing more powerful than love. Nothing. Love is who we are. So how can there be anything more powerful than that? And always remember that. Always remember that. There is nothing more powerful than love. And you can keep on saying that to yourself. And whenever you're feeling or seeing anything in the world that looks like it's going to overpower everything, then remember that it's nothing more powerful than love. And I know the one soul has been through a lot of fallen consciousness. And that's not easy to trust love in a way when we've seen these things. Like, how can love be the most powerful thing if that's what we chose to do, if that's how much cruelty has gone, if that's how much all of those fallen things have gone, how can love be the most powerful? But that's when we have to really go even higher and say, we chose that. We wanted that experience for wisdom. We wanted that. You know, something that we all go through is that the feeling of the fear of dying. And that's understandable. And even in our higher being, we know that death isn't real. We just know it's not real. But that's why I did the light interim session, because it's so, so important to understand what it really is, what death really is. And so, but, you know, as I said, the nectar means immortal. So imagine the nectar that's flowing when you're in light interim. Just that beautiful light body, and it just is there. You know, it's always there. It's there from the beginning. It's in every dimension. There's just different frequencies of it. And so when we are choosing the frequency of love and like consciously really applying that in ourselves, our dimensional, we're shifting dimensions. You know, we're rising in ourselves and shifting our dimensions. And you'll see that reflected in your life. And trust that. Really trust that, because it's real. It's absolutely real. And you can see, I know people call them synchronicities, and things just seem to happen at the same moment of things, you know, and they're just, how could that have happened? I just said that, you know, I just felt that, you know, and then people have given it the name synchronicity, but I just call it recognizing the dimension, recognizing the oneness. And so you will, the more that you apply this love in those moments, and you'll understand more and more about the divine nectar that you truly are. So it's not just about being physical and letting the nectar flow and heal our bodies. It's about our whole being. Really, ultimately, divine nectar is who we are. That's who we are. So that's how beautiful and precious it really is. So precious. So when we connect with that, we're really enhancing our ascension. We're enhancing our consciousness to see our fallen personality a lot more easily. Like, it centers you so much just focusing on it. It gives you so much centered feelings in yourself that it makes it a lot easier to see our fallen personalities. And I know there's certain things that can really trigger us, right? You know, we can really, we've all got those certain things that we're still enjoying creating that we really react to, right? People call them pet hates, you know. People have these little hate things. I really don't like that, and I've been exactly the same. But I've really made myself understand why. Why don't I like that? And what do I need to understand about that? So, a pretty profound statement. We are the golden nectar. Like, I almost feel dizzy just saying it. You know, it's just like, it's so ultimately enlightening. And I will share more about that in later sessions, but just for now, just embrace it and enjoy that feeling, and you will have more understandings anyway. But we just need to be where we are now and understand where we are now in our ascension. And so the frequencies of love are also very, they're so interesting in a way, how many there really are. Like there's so many different frequencies of love, even though ultimately it's all coming from the same source. So whenever you're going through something, you can activate a frequency of love to transform that, especially physically. So you can say, nectar flow and the frequency of love to heal this or to change that, to support that. You know, just apply this ascension consciousness. Like there's a frequency of love for anything you can think of. You know, it's like the angels in a way. You know, there's an angel for anything that you can think of, but ultimately it's understanding, it's just opening and awakening the unlimited being that you are, and it's applying it. So whatever you want to create, as long as it's for your ascension, you can apply this. Even if you want to have a fallen experience, you can, of course, but we're talking about ascension, and you can apply your frequency of love for anything. I particularly like doing it for the physical level of when I feel the limitation of the physical, and I just say that I'm aligning with the frequency of love of whatever it is that I want to change or what I want to create. But you don't have to just do it there, of course. It's unlimited. Anybody got a question on that?
I don't have a question, but just this is so profound.
Mm.
And I can feel my unconsciousness going, like I'm yawning, but I know because of what you have guided me in the past, that yawning is like I'm letting go of releasing that unconsciousness.
And oxygenating yourself. Yeah, your brain
It's
is
like,
wanting more. Your brain wants more oxygen in that moment.
yeah, and it's like the amount of humility and vulnerability I'm feeling just listening to this today. I think that's the most I have ever felt. It's like I'm like softening in my soul, and I'm just connecting with what you are saying. And it is so beautiful to know that we are that divine golden nectar. And it is always physically there.
Yes.
It was never gone.
No.
So
It's
thank
remembering,
you.
thank you, Nisha. That's so beautiful. It's remembering that we are that light body, you know, it's even though we've created it to actually be physically in our physicality, like that is itself is profound. And like I have had these experiences where I've actually tasted the sweetness of it. And that's there. It's very sweet. But please do not fret if you're not tasting that. Because just focus on it. Because as I said, there can be layers of cleansing. So you may even actually start feeling strange taste in your mouth from it. You know, and remember, don't have to always put the tongue up, just relax that. Don't get too obsessed with that. Just know that nectar flow is enough to say. And you know, don't get too obsessive about any of this. You know, don't freak out if the weird taste starts coming in your mouth, because it's just cleansing. It's good. It's good. Have you ever experienced that? Like all of a sudden, what is that taste in my mouth? Yes, Nick?
I was just connecting with that as you said that. It was about sometime last week. I was aware that I was feeling regret and resentment and anger. Those were the feelings. I was remembering some experiences, and suddenly it was like such a sour, bitter taste in my mouth. And I was like, "What is it?" I was like, "Oh, is that those emotions?" I'm like, "Oh."
Yes, well, bitter taste relates to the heart organ. like the heart, like all the organs I talked about, how, you know, they relate. It's a magnificent creation, but it's really good to understand them, what bitterness relates to. So that would be related to hate.
Yes.
And it can actually really be regret as well. So it's really great that you were conscious of that and that you recognize that bitter taste. I relate. I've had the same thing happen for sure.
It felt so revolting. It felt as if I had vomited, but I had not. And it was like, it was so yucky. So I had to, but then I just, because I have this understanding from what you have guided me for about 11 years now. So, wow.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, so, and of course, infinity, like in my soul, you have always guided me. So yeah, I could then change to, like a feeling. I had some water and I allowed myself to cry and express, and then it changed automatically. I didn't focus on changing it. It's just changed.
Yeah, crying is so good, but crying can also become a habitual indulgence. But even then, it's okay. Like anything is okay. We have to understand that. But when we want to ascend, we want to understand where, am I just indulging my ego right now? And if I am, I'm just going to really do it, but I'm going to observe it. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense that you would taste that bitterness. And like sometimes it can even feel like an acid feeling. Like
Yes.
not like reflux acid, but acid taste. But reflux is a definite need for nectar, a definite need to apply that nectar. And also look at any acidic foods that you may be eating, but also, you know, I've seen many people who eat all the right alkaline foods and still are very acidic. And you can smell it. And it's a lot to do with being really obsessive worry. So, you know, that I know you probably can all relate to that you start to feel that. Like even saying that to me starts to make me feel a little bit like that because I'm aware of that. But it's very easy resolved by just focusing on it. So to say nectar flow. And if it persists, if that reflux persists, make that okay. Don't feel like you're failing, but just keep on applying the nectar flow consciousness without being obsessive. And look at the thoughts that are being activated into your consciousness that's creating that reflux. Just look at those thoughts, and as soon as you have it, you can feel the consciousness, right? Remember that you can feel that consciousness of what that is. In fact, it feels, the feeling of it feels so so many words come to my mind, but very poison, like it just feels like life isn't flowing the way I want it to flow. It feels like choking. It feels like burning, and it's painful. And many people take medication for it, and if that's what you want to do, that's okay. But there are other options, and golden nectar is one of them. Well, actually, it's the ultimate one. But if you're not applying everything else, it'll persist. And that's okay. We want to make it okay, because if you make it not okay, you're just feeding it anyway. You know, as soon as you start feeling like, oh, I'm not ascending, I've got reflux, you're like, yeah, you're feeding it. And it's just easy to understand like that. Like ascension is very easy. It's not difficult. The difficult is just our fallen identity that's so limited that's making it difficult. And I've often thought that it's so easy for me right now to just be loving, but I am gripping onto this reaction. You know, I've seen that in myself, and you know, I don't do that so much anymore. But you know, way back when I was really going through different stages of my journey, and I was still aware, but that gripping feeling, I'm sure you're all relating to that. There's a lot I can see in you relating to that gripping feeling. So it takes a lot of surrender to do that, but it'll get easier because you'll create those pathways that let you know and remind you, I'm ascending. I know what this is. And you just take a look at it, observe it, Observe, what am I gripping to? Gripping. And usually there's a lot of anger with gripping, isn't there? There's a lot of anger. Why? Because you're not getting what you want. Anger always means that. Always means you're not getting what you want. So you can just say that to myself, well, I'm not getting what I want. So what is it that I want, actually? And question it and say, nectar flow, and ask for a frequency of love that aligns me with bliss, kindness. Anger, kindness is a remedy for anger, but it's not always easy to apply kindness when that gripping anger is there, right? That kindness will definitely assist you. And you also need to have that flow, free flow in yourself, because gripping stops that, right? And that's when it becomes suppression if you don't look at it and integrate it. So that's what I was talking about earlier. We have suppression in ourselves when for all the things we haven't integrated. And in our ascension, that's what we do. So past can be very strongly activated. Past things that haven't been integrated. And you want that. You want that to happen. You want to be aware of, like, we could call them pockets. Pockets within even in our physical body. Like, I want to say every illness is to do with a fallen consciousness of some kind, but I don't want anyone to feel it's wrong for having any kind of illness or any kind of physical limitation, because that's not my purpose of saying that. My purpose of saying that is to take a very, very high perception, to understand it, and not to put pressure on yourself for being, I'm wrong for having this. You're not. You're not wrong. No one is wrong for anything. Everything is perfectly designed for the experience and the wisdom and love. I've seen over and over and over when people go through illness, or they were born with certain limitations, there's so much love. There's so much love. I've seen that often. I've seen the other way too, but there's so much love that is being received from others and supported by others, or just the love that you start feeling when you start appreciating everything. Like, I remember when I shared with you about that experience of that virus that I had that was quite deadly and extremely huge. I remember one day I was lying on my bed just trying to recover, and I was just looking out my bedroom window. I was just lying there and I was looking out the window, and I saw some magpies walking past, and I don't think I've ever loved magpies. Well, I know I haven't as much as I did in that moment. Just even the beauty of the world, because I felt so unwell, and I just knew I'm creating this. I was completely aware of that. And what do I want to see about it? And I did a lot of nectar in that time, a lot of meditation, a lot of nectar. And it definitely helped me. Definitely, in fact, it kept me alive. And so, but I was looking at these magpies, and there were just those two of them. They were walking outside my window, and I just never felt so much love in that moment for them. And I was just like, oh, look how beautiful they are. Look how pure they are. And I know people react to magpies because they swoop, but they're only swooping because they're protecting their family. And protection, I want to talk about protection, but I just wanted to finish what I was saying there about, the love that can really flow in those situations. It's almost like, well, probably is like, we've created that limitation to be so big to actually really have no option but to love. And I feel like that in my life all the time now. I have no option but to love. Any amount of fallen personality feels painful to me, like really painful. And so that's what will happen more and more for all of us. So protectiveness, I wanted to talk about. It is part of this experience with the nectar, it's like a protection in a way. It's because it lifts your frequency. But I also want you to be okay about feeling protective, because we might think that protectiveness is a fallen aspect, and it can be, definitely, when it becomes obsessive or dominating or a victim. Seeing something as really a separate experience, it can be that. But the natural protectiveness we feel because we love, trust that. Trust that. Don't ever switch off that. Really trust that love and that protectiveness, because in that protectiveness coming right from your beautiful soul, you know, from your heart, your soul, your whole being, of loving and caring. We want to allow that loving and caring. And that's part of it, is what you're doing with allowing the nectar to flow, and the frequencies of love. And when you allow the nectar to flow, it's going to do that anyway. And also, I wanted to talk about powerful love. It's all powerful, right? But there's an aspect that I like to call powerful love, is when you're being assertive. There are some times in your life where you have to be, and it's okay. You need to understand whether the assertiveness is coming from anger or domination or limitation, separation, all of that, you know, victim consciousness. But there is a place within us that is so powerful in our love and our strength that will say, no, that's not what I want. And you're allowed to say that. I'm sure every one of you can connect with the moment in your life where you've had to say no and even goodbye. That's powerful love. It's not something to abuse at all. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a protective thing. And even in that powerful love, when there's moments where you are assertive. Don't mistake that as being unloving, okay? It's not. Not in the way that I'm talking about it. Like I've been in many situations where I've had to say no, and I've had to move on. And I was abused for that, like both physically and emotionally and mentally, to some degree. It was, it was enough to give me some wisdom of it. But it helped me understand more boundaries around it. But it also made me stronger in saying, no, I'm not going to be with that. I understand you. I am choosing to let you continue on that. I'm not going to try and change you, but I'm going to choose my life. And I know there's a lot of people going through those sort of things. It's terrifying, and it's very difficult. And but there's so much help now on so many levels for people like that. That's an extreme perspective on this, powerful love. But we can go a lot more gentle, subtle kind of levels as well. See, when you start loving and in your ascension, people can start seeing you as weak. Yeah. Has anyone experienced that you could share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when there is a lot of conflict in that relationship. And then I start integrating because of your guidance, and then I start becoming more loving. It seems to the other person that is not applying that guidance that they are winning and that I'm losing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like now, and I always see this point where they're like, oh, now I can do anything because she's never going to leave me. She's never going to.
The domination can become really obvious because they do see it as weak, and as you being weak in the love, and they're also seeing this an opportunity to dominate. And that's a very good point that you're making, because that is probably the most common moment that you need to experience powerful love. But like I said, you don't want to turn that into dominating.
Yeah. And
So how do we do that? Keep going. Keep going.
yeah, I just I remember in different experiences like that, but I remember one in particular when I decided that I wanted to end that something that I was going through. I remember feeling and thinking in my heart that what I'm showing right now is not aligning with what I actually believe, because I always knew love is strength, but I'm not living that. And so I'm going to stop living like this. I
Well
did
said.
not.
Well
Yes.
said. That's the actual crucial moment when you recognize that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's it. So I'm not going to live like this. Not that in that moment I was very it was like in a way I did care, but in a way I did not care what the other person's decision is going to be from here on.
Well, that's that point that you can get to where it's not that you don't love them. You do, actually. Powerful love involves you feel more love than you've ever felt because you understand. But that feeling of it wasn't that I didn't love them. It was just that I didn't want that as my reality. So continue to share that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And it was like I had this very deep feeling in me that continuing the way we are right now is ruining both of us. So it is the most loving thing right now to not continue living like this. And it was, in a way, it shattered all my beliefs in that time. So it was
What were
like
what could you share? What are you okay to share? What beliefs that shattered?
Yeah,
As long
absolutely.
as you're comfortable.
It was about my marriage, and I really believed in the loyalty and dedication and commitment of marriage. And for me, that was the most purest relationship, so it was. So if I was to say no in that moment, that would be saying no, that I don't want to stay married. And that was something that I had never even thought I would ever reach in myself. But I knew that that was so vital in that moment, because it was also, the other thing was, um, I also had a kid. Like, I have a kid. So I was also
and he's beautiful. Yeah.
And I was like, what am I showing my child? Is it like, because I have believed love is, love is strength. But what I'm showing right now is love is weakness. And I'm not aligning with what I really truly feel in my heart. So I had to say no to that marriage, and I had to say no to all the beliefs I had known that were right way.
And that would have been extremely difficult, having all that within you that wanted to stay loyal, that wanted to honor. You believe strongly in marriage, and there's a good reason for that, because ultimately there is a truth of being with our twin flame. So that's the ultimate thing. But we can so easily project that onto someone else. That's very easy. So when you started to realize that this wasn't what you want, then that you had to apply some powerful love. So share that.
And I remember a few months later, my ex-husband told me that I have, whatever I'm doing, continue doing that, because I've become more loving. So it was after saying no, after saying that, but it was, I really remember that moment was so much, there was no hype in myself. There was no like trying to win or trying, it was just a very calm. It was a very calm, clear decision.
Wow.
I don't want to live like that. And that's it. And that everything ended. And then he recognized it. And all three of us, like my ex-husband, my son, and myself, all three of us became happier with that decision.
Oh, wow.
That's something that thought would destroy us actually helped us find each one of us.
Wow. And that's a really good point too. And it does do that. It does do that, even though there can be a lot of pain and suffering, especially for the one that's been rejected. But ultimately, that's some of the decision I had to make too. I know this is hurting that person as well, that I'm not happy. being in. And, you know, I had an experience being married. You know, Bart is my fourth marriage, so I had 3 before that, and it gave me a lot of wisdom. You know, and one of them, the second one, was to a very, very beautiful, kind person, very loving, very supportive, very intelligent, just perfect, you know. But I just, in my soul, I just didn't feel the connection. I just didn't feel the completion. I truly loved that person so much, but I didn't feel that, and I knew something was missing, but it was extremely painful. It took me powerful love in a gentle way to complete it. And I had, you know, people saying to me, "You're crazy, you know, he's perfect and beautiful and handsome," and, you know, all those sort of things. But I had to really trust myself and my feeling in my soul. So I've had variations through those experiences, and that's just how I chose to gain wisdom. But it still can happen in that moment, even in the moment with someone that is perfectly, you know, being a kind, loving person and caring and giving and very abundant, and, you know, we achieved a lot of things together. You know, so it did seem crazy, but I just knew that I wasn't crazy. I just knew that I didn't feel the real soul that I was wanting to feel with him. And it was very difficult, but you know, and he did go through a lot of pain, a real lot, and that was very difficult for me because I didn't want to hurt him at all. But I knew that I had to be more real and powerful with myself, and that was important to me. But I had other extremes where I was like, I have to get out of here. This person is not a good person, you know. So, you know, I've had some variation too, and I know why, because it gives me all this wisdom and understanding that I can share with you. So, you know, that it can be like that too, you know. But in your situation, Nisha, the power and the strength that you had to complete something that felt such a strong dedication. I felt the same, you know, when I was younger, really young, like, you know, my early teens. My ultimate was just to be married and have children. But I also added to that every time, but have to have a higher consciousness. That was really important to me. You know, but even this person that was so kind had that too. So it really did seem crazy, but I just knew it was right for me. And that's the powerful love that I had to have in that moment, was to let myself have what I really wanted, as painful as it can be for others. Of course, we want to have compassion and understanding. I mean, when there's been a situation where it's really not working, there's been a lot of aggression in situations, and that's kind of easier in a way to just go, well, I'm out. But in a way it isn't too, because, you know, anger and abusiveness is bonding. It's so bonding that when someone is hit, there's that bond. Violence creates a bond, and it can be very, very difficult to let that go. But the best thing is to, in that situation, in the way of being okay and safe. But of course, on the higher way, what's the real story there? What's the whole story? And of course, I do not support violence at all. And this is why I'm doing my guidance, is to help everyone to transform and rise and overcome whatever the foundations are that have caused that. And that's how we can overcome any of these things, is to really understand what is the foundation. Some things like I've tried to do that too. Like I've tried to understand and really be supportive and help people I've been in relationships with, because I wasn't just married. I had a lot of relationships as well. I just really allowed myself to have my journey, you know, and so I just helped myself to allow that understanding, and, you know, just I really wanted to, because I always had this wisdom, and I wanted to help people to rise more, even in those situations. It was what I did. And in fact, that person that I married that second time thanked me years later, like, I mean, 20, 30 years later, maybe more. and
Wow.
said to me, thank you for the spiritual guidance you gave me. That was what the comment, the message to me was short, but that was a big part of the message. Thank you for that. And I just felt, I cried. I felt so deeply touched that he appreciated that. And it gave the rest of life. And he ended up being married and having children, and he's really happy. So that's what it led to, you know. They're still together and they're happy. So, you know, this is what I used to say to myself too. Well, if I'm feeling like this, then there's something about the other person that's feeling like this, and there's something that needs to be resolved and can be understood, and then there can be moving on. Not that all stories end like that, but it's just really understanding that the journey, what it really is. But when I'm talking about powerful love, this is the power of your choice for ascension. It's not something you just go around and just start being, oh, I'm more powerful now, you know, I've got the power of love, I can just say whatever I want, and I can just, you know, be dominating and righteous and all of that. It's definitely not that. In fact, this power that I'm talking about is really only necessary in a situation that you really know in your soul is not right for you. That you really know in your soul that's not right for you. And I'm sure every one of you has had an experience like that. Would you say?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Lots of
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how beautiful is that, hey? How beautiful is it that you've had that experience and that you gained some wisdom and your nectar's flowing the whole time. The frequency of love are always there to choose. And you know what? That's the thing. The frequency of love. There's so many frequencies on our journey. There's really unlimited frequencies of love. It's all love, even the violence, you know, even the worst things, because love is the only thing that creates everything. But that's not easy to really accept, as I always say. But we're rising right up to a very high perspective. So let's remember that. Let's remember that. Because I do cry about these things and feel a lot of compassion about what people go through. I do. I do that a lot, probably daily. But I know that what I have to do is understand. I really have to understand. So understanding and having compassion and letting that nectar flow, like, you know, when I was in situations that were really unsafe, that's what I did. I activated the nectar. So it really protected me as well. It really did. It really did. It could have been, what I experienced could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. There's so many stories I could tell you. They're all going through my mind. I'm just like, not now. But it's just like, it's a frequency. That's why it's protective. And so you naturally feel protective of yourself and people that are close to you. And I know we've talked about not saving people, but don't turn that into not loving and caring and being protective. Like, be protective of children, be protective of each other, care. It's natural. It's natural to us. You know, I know that there'll be a time in our existence that the protectiveness is just so completely unnecessary, but it's necessary now. And our love is the greatest way to do that. Just loving, even if you say nothing, just be loving. Like I have a very strong protective nature, probably to the point of rescuing, which I have done. And it was good because they helped me to understand what that really means. And the thing is about protectiveness, it's not just about others, it's about you. It's like, that's what Nisha did. That's your story, Nisha. You protected yourself. You gave powerful love. These things go together. The powerful love. And it's okay to have that. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying it's okay to be powerful. It's okay to say, this is what I want for my life. And if you're creating a situation where you have to be a bit more assertive about it in a loving way, but in a strong way. Love is not weak. Love is not weak. And that's what you mentioned, Anisha, that you were seen as weak. And I've been in that situation too. And it's just like, oh, you're being loving, so I can still be that horrible person that you don't like now because you're loving me now. Straight away, it's like it seems like permission.
Yeah.
Seems to give permission to be fallen. And I've seen it over and over in my reality. And in a way, it is permission because it is love. It's choosing it. So, but we want to understand on that real level the powerful being that you are for yourself and that you can apply powerful love. Is it making sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you, without sharing it right now, but can you see something in your life where you could apply this powerful love in the right moments?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Hmm. Everyone said yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
How amazing is that? How beautiful is that? And now you can understand that. And I think it's important to understand because with all my guidance, and it's always about love and connecting and loving and understanding, and of course it is, but this is part of it, and it has to be included in the understanding for yourself. It has to be included in the frequency of love understanding, because when that frequency isn't the reality that you want, in a lot of situations you can just change it, you can just move on, right? But in some situations you've got to deal with the situation you've created to have wisdom, right? And that can be very frightening. Survival can come up really strongly, not wanting to hurt somebody, not wanting to be dominated by someone anymore. And if someone's being dominated, then it's even more scary to complete something. But ultimately, we want to, and you can. And you can be powerful love. Powerful love has no anger in it, not a skerrick of anger, none. So if you're starting to feel anger in your assertiveness, then you're not being the powerful love. But people will see it as anger too, okay? People try and say and shut you down saying you're angry. And you can actually say, no, I'm being powerful love. You can say that if you want to. That's okay with me. Because it can help, like they might react to that and say that's whatever they want to say, especially if they're not ready to understand that, and it's okay. But, you can say that. It's okay to say that in an appropriate moment. It's not something you just go around saying all the time, only in the appropriate moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Beautiful. So does anyone have any more questions in relation to what I've been talking about? Any of it? Go for it. Anybody?
Yeah, I do, Jade.
Yes.
I was going to ask, and I think you've answered a lot of it, but as soon as you mentioned the word protection, I felt a lot of emotion. And I was wondering if protection, being a carer, whether it's connected to that protection. But I think as you talked more, it's just a natural thing, isn't it, to feel protective, feel love.
It's not just the carer, it's all the qualities. Anyone with any of those qualities can be protective, but it's kind of like the style. It's the way that you are, the way it's supposed to be this. So I think everybody has caring in them. And I remember when I was sharing about all those qualities in that session that we all have all of it, but it's the choice and the focus for the oneness of how we all work as the one soul. So everybody has all the qualities. But so I can understand why you're saying that, because in a way it would seem more caring to a carer, but it's not. It's just experienced differently. And that's the thing, like there is no rule on how to feel protective. You'll know. I just wanted to share it with you because the more that you're ascending and the more that you're understanding frequency of love, the more your frequency is changing. So you could, something that we can call is outgrow people, but it's more awaken people. People want to be. Humanity is going through an amazing experience, and we're all ascending. That's absolutely what's happening. But there's still a lot of completion of the fallen consciousness, and make that okay, because it is okay, and keep trusting. When you feel like you're not trusting, then allow that nectar to flow. Be conscious of that. Any part of your fallen identity, you ask for your nectar to say nectar flow. Anything that you're experiencing that you feel like you want, that it's yours to have. It's who you are. I'm just helping you to understand it consciously. How beautiful is that?
I love
Yes,
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah, just to know that's who you are. Like, oh, so beautiful. So what we're doing when we're focusing on the nectar, we're just shifting to that place. But it doesn't stop you from being able to function in the world. In fact, you can function better.
Yeah.
But there's variations on having the nectar experience. It's a quiet meditation time or just a quiet time of not, it is meditation in a way. The quiet time of just doing it like that. You can be cooking food and do it. I love doing it when I'm cooking food because I love the frequency of the food. I love it. So we can do that. We can do it anyway. Anytime we want. You can say nectar flow. You can even do it when you're cleaning your teeth. It seems strange, but you can. You can still say nectar flow in that moment. A dentist once told me that everything in our saliva affects our teeth. So I was saying, what affects our teeth? I was asking, what can cause decay? What causes, anything like that in a dental way? And that was the answer. Whatever's happening in your saliva is what affects your teeth. I was like, whoa. And I knew about saliva and everything and nectar, but it was just like, how amazing is that? That the dentists know that.
That's so amazing.
Let's put nectar in there and let that affect our teeth.
Mm.
And it makes sense. It makes complete sense that when we've been in our fallen identity, that it's detrimental, and that's the plan. That's the journey. Anybody got any questions, or would anyone like to share anything about how you're feeling about this session so far, and or anything, just anything you want to share? I love to hear anything.
I would
Yes.
love
Yeah,
Emmy.
you go, Emmy.
to. I feel special. I don't know. I feel very touched about this session, and
That's beautiful.
even talking about the nectar makes me feel very touched. Like I can feel our whole being when we are talking about it.
You look like that too. Look at you. You look gorgeous. You're glowing. Oh.
Well, yeah, and I feel very touched about the beauty of our being. And yeah, I see it like a sparkling, juicy, but also full of like nurturing things. And yeah, and then I had to think about the bees, because they take their nectar out of the flowers, and then they create something like the honey, but it's so golden and
and that's why I don't eat it, because it's their nectar.
Yeah.
I'm not eating their nectar. Well, I've got my own.
Yeah,
Leave the bees to be. It's bees should be being. But thank you for saying that, and that you
and then the scent of the flowers and everything. It's like they create this little experience on their own. Like
they do. All creatures have it.
Yeah.
It's within all of them. It's within all of us. The animals, the birds, the fish, the bees, the insect, everything has a consciousness, and there's so much more intelligent than we know. I mean, I know, but and you can know, but they are highly intelligent. Everything is highly intelligent, but they are very much led by the human consciousness as well. So it does, you know, because it's all part of the oneness. But yeah, that's why I don't eat them. I just don't want to. I don't have honey. No, I'd rather have like beautiful coconut nectar. It's yummy.
Yeah.
It looks like the nectar. It's even called nectar. I love it. Yeah. So anything else, Amy?
I'm very, very grateful, and also for how you are explaining this with all your love. And it's really, really nurturing just listening about the nectar and yeah.
Wow. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. You all look like nectar to me. Like that's how I feel when I look at you. It's just like, you know, I feel like I'm looking at beautiful golden nectar, and it's true. I am. So it's so beautiful to know on that level. And you can look at everybody like that now. You know, you can start seeing that they've got that golden nectar is who they really are. It's the core of our whole being. It's love. It really is. It's the love that created us, all of this. So it's a very beautiful. I'm starting to drool a little bit. You know, people talk about drooling over things that they love, you know, that's what's happening. The nectar is flowing, but, you know, so, you know, it's really beautiful to be able to see it in everybody. But as I said, just want you to respect the boundary of don't try and teach it to everybody. Just it would be great to guide them to this video about it, because then they have the full explanation. Not saying that you couldn't do the full explanation, but I just want you to have the beautiful humility of enjoying it and practicing it. You know, it's just so beautiful. And you know, babies actually, newborn babies put their tongue to the roof of their mouth. You open any newborn baby's mouth and you will see the tongue there. Yep, I've done it. I've done it many times. It's beautiful. Like it's there. It's in our soul to know that we're connected to that. And it's like all of ourself and all of our higher being, we've just forgotten. We forgot the higher being on purpose to have this beautiful journey. So I love that, Amy. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I love you so much.
I love you too.
Thank you. Anybody else like to share or ask?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mary?
My experience tonight through the session has been so blissful.
Wow.
I'm just like listening to you, and I feel like your words and your tone and your beautiful frequency is just like golden waves coming through the screen at me.
Wow. Thank you.
It's so blissful.
Oh, I love that. I love
And I'm
you.
just sitting.
You look like
Oh,
that. You look gorgeously blissful and beautiful. Look at the glow. You all look like that.
yeah.
That's cool.
And I'm so I just love every word and sentence and what you're giving us tonight. I'm so grateful. And I love the frequency that you are giving to us, Jody, through this understanding.
Yeah, I love it too.
What it's opening us to, and
Mm.
the creativity of being able to like think about the different frequencies of love. Like when you said that, I was like,
Exactly.
oh,
Exactly. That's beautiful.
yeah,
Love that you recognize the you know, all the possibilities, you know, the choices. It's just unlimited. It really is unlimited.
yeah. And that's something that I wanted to ask more about, because it feels like that's like a really creative, expansive, beautiful, humble way of understanding what we can do in our ascension to give ourselves that nurturance and that love on a really new level. And
I'm feeling that. That's beautiful. So true. Yes.
and I just and then you brought the angels into that as well, and you said it's like, and you reminded us, you know, it's like angels, we can ask anything from the
Except
angels.
for
There's an
anything
angel.
that won't support your they only support
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
talk about
And
the
that,
perfection of protection angels
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
And I loved that there are angels that we can talk to about anything for our ascension, and then we can also think about the frequency of love that we want to align with. And I wanted to understand more about the different frequencies of love that exist. I wanted to ask if you could share more about that. I don't really know, and I'm just trying to sort of fathom and open up to what you're meaning when you say that.
Wow. That's a massively beautiful question. Yeah, well, it's in a way, it's the way that you can understand it is it's the different dimensions, the dimensions of our consciousness and the intelligence of our consciousness. And so the frequency of love is like the nectar. It is the nectar. It's the core love that we can choose anything from, that we can experience whatever we want to experience. It's like it's our really higher intelligence. So it's it's just, it is the options. I mean, you can, even the frequencies of being fallen are still frequencies of love, because nothing isn't love. And so when you can understand that in that way, when you can see and observe the beautiful one soul having so many fallen experiences, you can still know that's still a frequency. It's a frequency of love. It's still a choice. But in our ascension, when we understand that, we're instantly done with rescending. In fact, you could even say you're ascended in that moment when you recognize that it's all a frequency of love. So in that way that you see, what I was referring to a lot in that moment about the frequencies is when with the nectar, if you want to add to the nectar, say you have something going on physically that you would like to heal, or something emotional you would like to heal, some thoughts that seem to be reoccurring that you would like to finish with, you can ask the frequency of love for that thing, like how you can ask the angels for that thing. You can ask for that frequency of love to be present in a way. It's really not that easy to put into words in a way, because it's so, I want to keep it simple. It's so unlimited. So if you do that and you just say, you just put it there, you just say it. Is there anything, let me see if you have an example of anything in your reality that you would like to just put a frequency of love there?
Yeah, like if I feel a reaction from feeling hurt by someone, and say like I feel like angry or even hateful, because I don't want to lose, like that type of feeling. And I struggle a bit sometimes with like I'm applying my ascension, but I can also feel myself really locked in, like you talked about it earlier today, like that grip.
Yeah, the gripping, yes.
The gripping. So when I'm in the grip of anger or hate, and then afterwards I often feel really wrong for having felt that, because I feel like, oh, come on, Clary, like, this is, that, you know so much more than this now. It's like, but I still go through those moments sometimes where it's like really gripping.
Of course.
And it like it can feel like a push pull, like I'm trying to reach that point of kindness with someone, but at the same time I'm feeling like if I do that I'm going to lose. And so that other layer's there.
Yeah, of course. That's part of your ascension, to see those layers, and you're witnessing them. You know what it is. You know it's not real. That is ascension. Knowing it's not real. Don't be so hard on yourself because you feel it at times. Be kind, and kindness. That's the thing. That's the frequency of love. You could say, put me in the frequency of kindness. You can just say it. Yes, you can just ask that in that moment, like, put me in the frequency of kindness. That's just one. Whatever you want. We're magic.
Yeah.
We're magic.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay! we love the joy, exactly the joy that we feel when we connect with it. So you can do anything. Just let it go, though. Like once you've done it, let it go. The attachment to it and the clinging to it happening is like the fallen consciousness. It's not letting it just be. So that's the mastery in itself. Because when we want to create the magic or whatever it was we want to create or is, then the attachment to the outcome can be very overpowering. And if there's an attachment, you've already kind of cancelled that frequency. So this is, I'm really glad you asked this, because I did want to explain more about this, that once you ask for it and you set it in, you just planned it, you set it. It was just thought. The frequency of kindness. Put me in the frequency of kindness. Let go and trust. You don't have to keep remembering it or anything. If you do remember it, it's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. And you probably will. It'll probably come back to you, because it does do that too. It's like it will remind you. You can even ask for the frequency to remind you to be kind. You could ask for the frequency of other people in your reality to feel your kindness, for them to enjoy that. You can ask frequencies for other people too. That's okay, because remember, we're all one. It's just that we don't want to be attached to it. And we also don't want to do anything that isn't for our ascension. And even and this is where sometimes the power of love comes in to say, I have to let that go. Because they're loving that. And they're allowed to. Our savior consciousness is pretty huge. And our righteous consciousness is pretty huge. How much everyone should be ascending. So that's part of ascension, is let go of that. And that's powerful love. So to talk about it is just so unlimited. I like when I've gone through detoxing, through letting go of a program and a pattern. I thought I don't want to keep resonating with it anymore. I can really feel it leaving my body, actually, because we would be, but as it's leaving, you can feel the pain of it. Okay, so as I've always said, if you're ever worried about any kind of pains or aches or anything you feel health-wise and you want to go and see a doctor, then please do. I'm not trying to negate that, because sometimes just going to the doctor will be so enlightening for you. Not sometimes, every time, if you want it to be. And often, in the past when I've done that, I've realized, thank you, but I already knew what to do. And it kind of reaffirmed it. But, I've had situations where, my life was saved. My life was saved by doctors, literally, seriously. I've been near death, extremely close to death 3 times. I actually just really within minutes away from death. So that's another story, another time. But like, if I had said, oh, I should ascend out of this, and I shouldn't be, and all I did was surrender. I said, surrender, because I've created this. I surrender, and I trust these people to assist me with their love. And they did. They did. And I had all this awareness, all this consciousness, and I was very confused. But I used the confusion of why I created that to understand myself. And every single time I saw the same answer, and it was suppression. Every time. Every time was the core of the situation was suppression, that I had not witnessed enough. I had not integrated enough. So that's how much our suppression can affect our bodies. Like, I've always been a very, very deep feeling person. I know we all are, but I was very conscious of being a very deep feeling person, and so much depth to that feeling, including fallen feelings, that I'd just lock it away. We've all done that. And I'd cope. I would do my best to keep giving and keep loving, and just, in a way, I neglected myself, in a way. But the frequency, I found the frequencies really affected me, the lower frequencies. And a lot of the time I saw that as the foundation of what all these things were. Every time I saw that, like I allowed every experience that I've had health-wise to enlighten me, not to feel wrong for having it. That would be defensive illusion. So that's why I would say it's okay. It's okay to have these things and understand these things. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, you're so amazing, all of you. So how about you, Claire? Does that you feel like, do you have any more questions than that? So please ask if you do. Does that help to?
Yeah, no, that
Mm.
was really beautiful. Thank you.
Oh,
It was
great.
great. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
I really love that you asked that question, because then I was bringing up the physical aspect too, because of this was really very, very important for this session for you to understand the cause of that and to understand the frequency of it, the physical things that we go through. And, you know, it's not just this life. It's not just this life. It's all of our existence. What is here within us now that is suppressed, that it hasn't been integrated, that's part of our ascension. And that sounds huge, and it is huge. So we go gentle. I'd love to do more on past lives with you all, but it's just, you know, this is the thing to understand. But even when we see people born in situations with their health issues, and it's very sad and very painful, you know, but when we can understand on that full soul level, it was just there to be experienced and understood. And that is the healing. The healing of all of that is to be seen and understood. And we can understand. I mean, remember that word healing just means to make whole. That's what it means. So when we see the wholeness of ourselves, then we can heal. We've got nectar, we've got the frequency of love, we've got awareness of ourselves, we've got the power of love, we've got recognition of the suppression that's in the body. And I know I have absolutely have had that and still do. I still have much more to integrate. And I know, I understand, and I'm still revealing to myself why and how and where it is and why it is. And I'm glad I have it. I'm grateful. I don't feel wrong. That would be delusional. I feel good. I feel, wow, this is showing me something. This is helping me understand something else about myself. And understanding all those emotions that relate to all those organs and everything. It just helps so much to understand where the foundation is of what's going on a physical level when it's not good health, you know. And even what the good health is part of that. And yes, we do have the ability to completely heal ourselves. If that's your higher plan, that will happen. If it's not, that will happen. And there's nothing wrong with any of it, you know. And really the consciousness that you guys are having and the recognition and where you are in your ascension it's to me, it's a miracle. You know, but I always say a miracle just means the mirror oracle. So you just, you know, you're looking in the mirror of what you're creating. You know, it's the prediction oracle, you know. It's just the mirror oracle. It's your creation. But of course we want to understand that. But the miracle to me that I'm seeing in you guys is that what you're understanding is just incredible. You inspire me so much. You inspire me beyond words. Your love that you give me, I really want you to know how much I value that, how much I love you, and any amount of love you want to give me, do. And I ask you to let me give you any amount of the love that I want to give you. I'm going to anyway, actually. But I will always respect those boundaries if someone's not ready to consciously know that. I just had a really beautiful thought then. Imagine your nectar talking to someone else's nectar.
Wow.
We're all one. Most of the nectar comes from the same original source.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I love.
Oh, I got goosebumps and everything. Like my body just really responded to that. How beautiful is that? Yeah, I love that. It's just recognizing the nectar in each other, the beautiful golden nectar, the divine golden nectar that we truly are. And when you want to heal something, anything on any level, call on that. And don't be ashamed if it doesn't happen instantly. You can be ashamed. Like, I kind of don't want to say don't as well, but I want you to understand. Be patient with yourself, and it's okay. Whatever you're going through physically, it's okay. Just keep going. Keep ascending. If you want to resolve it. I have seen a lot of people very much give up on ascension because it didn't work. And I understand that too. But it's not real. It always works if you apply it. But it takes humility. It takes a lot of humility and a lot of love and a lot of discipline. A lot of powerful love. All love is powerful. It really sounds contradictory, but I was trying to think of a term to call this when you have to be like assertive like that, in that way of love, in the right time. And like I am assertive with myself. With love. It's not about hating myself. I know the difference. I don't want to do that. That just hurts. I have done it, of course, but I want to be assertive with myself when I see my fallen consciousness, and I just tell myself, now you know that's not true, so you don't have to keep believing it. And you know who you really are. You know that you are love, so just focus on that love. As simple as that. And that's any one of us can do that. And I'm sure you are doing it because you're so amazing and you're waking up and you're remembering. Thank you for the honor of this guidance that you're allowing from me. It's just, it's beyond words. It really is beyond words. Would anyone else like to share anything before we finish?
Yeah.
Yes, I would. You go, Stella.
Go, Stella.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to cry.
You want to cry? Good. Good.
Like you just touching on so many things, and yeah. I would like to share a few things. Like, first of all, related to the acid reflux.
Related to what?
Do I look dark? Because I see myself very dark in the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you mentioned about the acid reflux before.
Yes.
And as you know, I was going through that in the last few months. But I feel it was already there before, but I was not conscious about. And when you said that it has a lot to do with obsessing, it just clicked.
That's great. Awesome.
Yeah, I've always been very obsessive, very much creepy.
Yeah.
Which I understand it has to do with my feeling of not feeling I cannot have what I want, and my victim. So yeah, I feel I ended up manifesting this acid reflux. But the good news is that since I talked to you about it, and Nisha, and also offering her guidance.
Yes. It's great.
It's been healing. So I've noticed a change. It's not that much there anymore. But what
that's absolutely the best thing. And keep going with what you're understanding today, and it'll keep even improving even more. That's fantastic. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I'm so happy about it. Like, especially I feel what
Nisha and Clary recommended about taking the chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll, yeah.
No, the barley.
Oh, green barley, yeah.
Green barley. That was really good.
Yeah, I suggested it to them.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But that's really beautiful, and I'm quite happy for it to come from anywhere. But the reason I did suggest the green barley powder is because it's so alkaline. It's one of the highest alkaline things we can take, so it really assists. But in saying that, ultimately, if we don't do that conscious work, it won't change. And a lot of people give up on these things because they're not doing that change, the conscious change. But you are, Stella, so well done. Well done.
Yeah, I feel like I can notice whenever I'm going into those feelings of being obsessed and very much focusing on my victim. I feel like that acid reflux comes back a little bit.
It does for everybody. It does. It creates acid for everybody. But
Yeah.
if you've been doing it over and over and over, and you're not having that space from that, and a lot of people do, it's common. That's why there's so many things in the chemist for it. No, but we want to be our own chemist. We want to work on our own chemistry. So,
and especially what you were saying about the taste in the mouth, when I feel fear or resentment or hate, wow, the taste is like, oh, it's quite revolting. Yeah.
And it's good to feel like that, because it's also good to know how delicious it's been to us. Like, but I've said this before, but toxin is addictive. All of the toxin that comes from our fallen personality is addictive. The high consciousness and the nectar and the love is not addictive, because how can it be? It's who we are. It's just who we are. So when we start going good health, and especially with our food and our diet, we crave the other things that have the lower frequency in them because we're addicted to that. But when you continue, not just in a food way, in your consciousness way, that addiction just leaves you. And in fact, it's so incredible that you start to feel repelled by what you're addicted to, because this is just like the real feeling of bliss that you were craving for from those toxic. That's the thing. Toxic food's brilliant in that way. We created it so brilliantly to make it addictive, to continue to feed. And hate is addictive too, because it's the frequency of toxin. So as we undo all these fallen consciousness emotions, when we understand them, we integrate them, we know the truth, then we get less and less addicted to that until we just don't even desire it anymore. It's just like your response about hate was just repulsion. It wasn't, but I want to still hate, la, 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 la. You know, it was just, you felt that repulsion because you're experiencing way more love. You're experiencing love. It's beautiful, Stella. Keep going.
Yeah. Also about what you mentioned about like creating the limitations that I have created in my life, which have been happening since ever.
I get it. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, for example, when I was, I think it was especially from my 15 to 17, 18, I would, I think I was mentally, I was not well. I was not well at all. And I was constantly, I remember looking at something or remembering a memory where I felt love and trying to go there again. And it was like I was creating these pathways of disassociating from the reality I was in or from what I was feeling to go to another place. And that has created a lot of mental stress during my life, because it's a strong pathway I have created since those early years. And that's why a lot of times I still experience like suddenly I block myself. It's like I froze and I feel lost. Suddenly I feel lost. So yeah, that to say that of course, I've been with your guidance, I have been evolving a lot. And what I can see now is what you were sharing today and in the last session as well. Like when I create limitation, which is so painful, and it's that limitation and that pain that forces me to feel love.
Right.
You know?
Addiction. It's the addiction to the toxic way of thinking. Yeah. But in saying that as well, the forcing to feel love is very good.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really awesome choice. And that's when you know you've had enough wisdom from it. When you feel that push so strongly, but you've created to have this guidance from me to help you to understand how to do that. And that's all part of this plan, was for you to find me, to hear this. It's not about me being superior or above you. I only see you as equal. It's about this was the creation. You know, this is what we created as one being. And you're here now and you're listening and you're applying it, and it's beautiful, and it's now you can even understand why it even forced you to the love, you know. That's brilliant. I love
And
it.
I feel so grateful now because, as you shared in the last group session, this is giving me so much wisdom. This is truly giving me so much wisdom. And that makes me feel very, very grateful.
I can see that. Look at you. You, since I met you, have transformed so much. And as soon as I met you, I thought you were just incredibly beautiful, of course. But this beauty now that's coming out of you, and this goldenness, I don't know if you're seeing it in each other, but everyone's getting this beautiful, smooth goldenness. It's just gorgeous. And thank you, Stella. Thank you for sharing that. And I really am truly honored. I know it's the plan for me to do this, but the honored, beautiful feeling of honor is just, it's just divine, you know. And I'm so grateful because I've always had this guidance, this knowledge within me, and I've felt really strongly pulled even more now to go ahead with more of it. I just know it's really more the right time now, even though I've always done it. But as I've done it, and as I'm applying my own guidance, I'm ascending more and more. So there's more and more knowledge coming to me, you know, and that's going to happen naturally for you too. Like, you just will. There's so much yet. So much. So much. Like, truly, our blissful lives are happening. And there's so much to remember. There's so much to embrace and love and connect. Like, really trust that, especially in those times when you are feeling limitation. But Estella, you have just created something that made me feel so happy in your life. I don't know if you want to share that, but I would love you to. If not, it's okay. Would you like to share?
Yeah, I created a center that wants to sponsor me. So, yeah.
Oh,
That's so great, Estella. I love that so
Wow,
much.
Stella.
I
That
love
is
it.
so awesome.
Thank you.
It's so awesome. I'm so happy. I mean, I cried when you shared that with me. I was just so happy. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Look at me.
I enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh. Keep going, Stella.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel in this session, like I was feeling buzzing, a feeling of buzzing and joy, a lot of tingling and that beautiful feeling in my stomach, because we were talking about applying the nectar and how we have all this knowing and this everything, this guidance that you are sharing with us to help us really become that, you know, to what Clary was saying, like it feels so creative, like to be able to tap into, to go into these frequencies of love and just create whatever we want. And that's giving me a lot of inspiration right now to just know that I can choose this frequencies of love and keep changing my reality and creating my blissful life,
Yeah, it's bringing me tears of love. It really is. I'm just so happy to see that, it's so beautiful. And you know what, Stella, of course you've created this. Your discipline and your commitment is profound. It's always touched me so deeply how much you want to your ascension above anything, above everything, and how committed you've been in that way. It's just, you are absolute representation of that. Absolutely. Like, really, really, I just want to say I'm just so proud of you. And I'm so in awe of you and your choices. And you keep astounding me. You keep astounding me. It's beautiful. Like, you just keep going and you just keep sharing things with me. And I'm just like, wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Estella, for being that. It's beyond words, precious. It's just so beautiful. So thank you so much, gorgeous girl. I love you so much. You know what? We can all say we're golden girls and boys now, because we are. We know it.
What
Yeah.
I feel is I love all the love and support that you give me, Jody, and feel all the love from all of you. But it's what you also said one time, like, I had no choice,
Yes.
I had no other choice than
No other choice,
just
exactly.
ascension. Otherwise, I would be dead already.
Yeah.
I know I would do that.
Yeah, and this time we didn't want to do that. This time we want to send into our light bodies, and we'll keep trusting that,
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's your love that inspires me to be here. It's your love. That's the main inspiration, the main motor behind everything I do in my life. If it wasn't before you,
Oh,
yeah, I would not be here for sure.
thank you so much. What I want to say is thank you for letting me love you. Like, thank you. Like, I would love you anyway, no matter what. I will love you for all eternity. I have loved you for all eternity. But the fact that you allow me to give you that love is just, that truly is the greatest gift to me. It truly is. And just because you're letting me love you and allowing my love, this beautiful guidance can come out even more. It can come out even more because it's with the love that it has to flow. This guidance from me can't come from any other place. That is not in existence. Only it can flow from love. So the more love that you feel and let me love you, and the more love that it's just reciprocated, it's just beautiful and it flows. And so it just allows me to be able to share more and more and more. And that's what I want. And I know that's what we all want. And I know the perfection of it. And just what a beautiful soul you are, Stella. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you all. You're so amazing. Like, thank you all so much. Like, it's the greatest gift. It's just the greatest gift. Like, I love guiding you. I love it. And I love the love that you feel from it. That is everything to me. Everything. Oh, thank you so much.
I would like to share something else about protection that you were talking as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, protection, like, I've been always very protective,
Yeah.
but more like more into the trying to save. I was going into the trying to save.
Yes.
But I remember in my life, I haven't been able to protect myself a lot of the time. So I put myself in situations for too long, which I can see now I was not protecting myself. And now I'm understanding that, because I have seen how I haven't allowed myself to protect the most precious thing in a moment, like not so long ago. This experience happened where I was just not being caring and protecting, and with you, Jody, and with everyone as well.
I understand. It's okay.
Yeah, but I am understanding that protection has to do, like I've been contemplating this while you were talking about protection. Protection has to do with being responsible, right? So it's, which means owning my creation instead of feeling like a victim.
Exactly.
Yeah, and because this experience has shown me how this subtle victim that I was still suppressing, I'm still suppressing so much. I can see that still have to do a lot of unsuppressing.
Yes.
But this was the thing that created that situation, which was very, very painful for me and for everyone I know. And yeah, I just wanted to share that.
That's beautiful.
Given me a lot of wisdom as well. And
that's so beautiful. Thank you so much for having the humility to recognize that in yourself and to recognize how painful that felt.
Yeah.
And like even then you were still very loving and protective, and it was just a small amount for you to really understand in yourself. So I love you, and to me you've never done anything wrong, and you never can do anything wrong. The thing that I'm just the most grateful and happy about truly is that you are loving yourself and you're ascending, and that you're allowing me to love you, because that is really our ultimate journey home to paradise. And we're having it. We're having it now. Look at us all here together.
Yeah.
How beautiful does this feel, hey?
Just so beautiful.
Yes. Amazingly
Amazing.
beautiful.
Awesome. Really beautiful.
Yes, exactly. And I know you're all saying this and feeling this, and thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Estella. This took a lot of vulnerability and trust to share what you're sharing.
Oh, yeah, I just,
I know.
I'm willing to have all that vulnerability.
It's so beautiful. That's your discipline, your application. And, look, what happens in those times, sometimes when, we get purged from stuff, a whole lot of stuff can come out that is unloving, okay? And if we can understand this now and always when something's being purged, we can integrate it more quickly. Instead of it dragging out and being more painful, we have that choice. We always have that choice. But in saying that, neither is wrong or right. Neither is wrong or right. It's just all perfect. And the more that we ascend, the more we will understand that. Because now you know what it feels like, Estella. Now you know. And you know that's not a feeling you want to have anymore. And that is why there was only a brief moment for you, And there was, so much love always in you. Always. Always. Well, there's infinite love, really. Infinite love. But thank you for the courage and the strength that you've had to push through that. We all have to do that. Like, I've seen so much about my own personal identity from the past. I know I've always been ascending, but along that way, I was still integrating myself. So I could really judge myself for my fall, but what would be the purpose of that for my ascension, It wouldn't be. The purpose is for us to understand the wisdom. We know what it feels like. It hurts. It hurts. And that's good to know. How could we have ever felt the feeling of hurt if we hadn't had this fall? We couldn't. Truly, we will understand this more and more. I do understand it more and more, and you will too. The purpose of it all, the brilliance of it all, the journey of it all. But I just want to say this very clearly. Humanity is ascending. That is happening. It might not look like it, but trust it. Trust that, and trust it in yourself. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. You don't need to. You just need to understand everyone else. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. Just understand yourself. Understand the love that you are. Allow this nectar flow. Allow these frequencies for anything. Angels, we've got, look at how much I've already guided you to apply in your life. And there's more. There's so much more. It really is unlimited, but there's one thing that is happening, and that is we are ascending. We are ascending. And this is how we're doing it. So thank you so much for today, for your love. And I just want to quickly ask if anyone's got something they can say, they want to say before we finish up. Say it now.
I do, Jody. I just want to say, I'm going to keep it short and very, very loving.
Do it how you want. But
I just feel so honored to be guided by you, and my soul feels so nourished in this session tonight. Like I just feel so deeply nourished with your guidance. And I was thinking that your guidance and like letting you love me and allowing my love for you feels like that. I don't know if this is right, but it feels like nectar. It feels like that divine nectar.
Right. You are right. You are right. Absolutely right. It is.
And it just, and it just feels so nourishing. Like that feels like the right word. It's just nourishing.
Absolutely. You are
loving you, receiving your guidance, allowing your love. It just feels like that beautiful nectar that feels like home. It feels like just so divine and so beautiful. And I just feel I've never felt so much humility. I feel so humble this evening through your guidance and just listening to this, and really, really deeply nourished.
Thank you so much. So beautiful. And humility is such a beautiful feeling when it's real. It's such a beautiful feeling. And humility is just really recognizing the beautiful being that you are. That's it. That's really what it is. And it can feel to our old identity painful, like losing. But of course, it's not losing or winning. It's just perfect. It's perfect love. So thank you so much, Sean. I absolutely adore you and your love, like all of you, like. But the thing that I love the most is it's the truth. The love is the truth. We all love each other. But we have to start here in a way, because we can take it. We can allow that love. We're ready to be loved this much. We're ready to give this much love. But absolutely know that it's affecting the one soul. I see it. You see it. So let's just keep doing that, and that's why I say I absolutely welcome your love. There's nothing superior or inferior about it in any way. It's perfection. It's who we are. So thank you so much, Sean. That your love is just so beautiful. Oh my God. It's just, yes, it is nectar. It is nectar. Absolutely. And I'm really glad that you said that. That's really beautiful. And I think we can all now, I've briefly mentioned it at times, but today I really wanted to talk about it more in depth, because it is who we are. It's the golden being that we are. Imagine saying that. Activate the conscious awareness of the golden being that I are, and let that nectar flow. Be in the frequency of that. And then just, it's done. How's that sound?
Awesome.
Magnificent.
Sounds beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Anyone else? I love you, Sean. Thank you so much for that. Like, truly, I
love you, Jody. Yeah, I just want to quickly say too, I love so much the love that I feel and the love that we all feel through loving you. Like I can't explain enough how much I truly love that feeling loving you and allowing that love within me to awaken. It's just and I'm just so grateful, Jody. I'm so grateful that I found you to allow this beautiful feeling of coming home and my love, sharing this all with you. It's just, yeah, thank you so much. Love you so much.
Truly love that so much. I actually felt dizzy, like I was going to pass out, like just allowing that beautiful feeling. But it was a shift. It felt like a shift. You know, sometimes we feel that. It's like, thank you so much. Like, yes, I am absolutely honoured, and I'm always here for that. Thank you, Sean. I'm so glad you found me too. I'm glad I found you. Wow.
Yeah.
We're all so amazing, hey? So amazing. Thanks, Sean. I just want to keep saying it over and over, but I know I have to complete this session. I want to. Oh, thank you so much. So, anyone
love you.
else? Oh, love you so much. Anyone else?
Yeah, Jode, I really have loved tonight. I can't let tonight finish without telling you how much I love you and how grateful I am for you. You talked to us about the nectar. I mean, when you first talked about the nectar tonight, I just felt this whole warmth feeling through my whole body of so much gratitude for hearing that. And, you know, you've talked about us connecting with the light body and the nectar. And I feel like just knowing you're right there in my life is giving me all of those things. You know, it's just so beautiful. And you've talked about how, thank you for us letting us love you, or letting you love us. Well, I say thank you for letting me love you and all that you give to me. You know, it's just amazing.
And it's true. You know, imagine if and it will happen, the whole soul's going to feel that. The whole soul is going to start feeling that love, and we'll just be in our paradise bliss. Truly want you to trust that. Truly want you to trust where we're going. Truly want you to know it exists now. We're just going to be aligning with it. Thank you, Margie. I love you so much.
Yeah, I love you. And you said about there's so much bliss to have. I love to look forward to more and more and more and more and more and more.
We're feeling so much now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we just can't wait for them because there's so much love, and we feel it now for 3 weeks apart, you know, and it's beautiful to feel all that, even though we're never apart, we're always one together. But thank you so much, Margie.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too so much.
And you look so beautiful and golden.
You too, Margie. Believe me, you are absolutely profoundly, incredibly beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
that's yeah. I said you look so golden and shiny. You look just beautiful. I think your gold has glowed. The whole room has glowed more as you've been going on. Yeah.
Isn't it? Like that is what happens. That happens.
Yeah.
I see it in all of you. Thanks so much, Margie.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Who's next? Who's left?
I want to say thank you.
I really don't want to limit this at all. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And to finish this is really challenges me, believe me. But yeah, I surrender.
I just want to say thank you so much, Jody. Your guidance always heals me, makes me whole. And I see that in all of us, like you guide us all with so much love, and what Sean said, nourishment. I can see in all of us, like we are all so relaxed, and we are feeling that bliss, and we are also nourished. What Clary was saying, the frequency of your voice. Thank you for showing what frequency of love looks like.
Oh,
you know,
you too. Like, look at you. Look at all of you. We're looking at it. We're looking at this frequency of loving each other. Oh, I adore it.
It's like in the forgotten world, there is so many examples, right? To see what hate looks like, what lust looks like, what survival looks like. And then amidst that all painful feelings and frequencies, because when I have had enough, I feel that pain. And then I find you glowing with your beautiful frequency of love, showing me what is a possibility. So thank you for choosing to wake up. Thank you for choosing to guide us. And thank you for loving us so much that we can be here now and apply all this beautiful nectar that you are sharing with us and keep remembering this beautiful love that we are. So thank you, thank you, thank you infinitely. Love you.
The proof is in the nectar pudding. The proof is in the nectar pudding. I just wanted to say that because look at you all. Look at you, Nisha. Look at the beautifulness in all of us. It's all of us. We're all glowing with that beautiful proof of the nectar pudding. Thank you so much, Nisha. I love you so much. Thank you.
Love you too.
Oh, who's going to go? Emmy? Anything you'd like to share before we go?
Yeah, I'm also very, very, very grateful, and thank you so much that I can love you and that you love me, and it's actually because of your love that I am here. So I'm super, super grateful. And yeah, I just realizing because of Estella sharing about the reflux, and I remembered when I heard you talking about it, I said, oh yeah, that's probably what I have with my stomach. And then the obsession also, but then I was suppressing it again. And then Estella shared it, and now I'm feeling a little bit nauseous because I am allowing it. I feel a little bit nauseous. I'm a little bit sweaty. So
yeah, I'm glad that you're sharing that, because that's what I was I shared with you earlier in the session, to be aware of, like, the transition, the detoxing feeling. Just know that it'll be okay. Drink plenty of pure water, relax and trust. Keep choosing those higher things, and it'll be okay. But the thing why I share it mostly is because it might feel like you're failing, but you're not. You're succeeding. Like if you're having something detoxing, it's okay. It's good. It's just incredible. That's just how amazing you are. That your beautiful being is cleansing.
yeah,
It's cleansing. And basically, you could say all illness is that. It is detoxing, but it can manifest in different ways. But when we can become aware of that, and we can just keep on loving. Like, I know there's a lot of hereditary things, and there's all sorts of illness we could say that can't be that. We just need to understand and embrace it all with the loving purity that it really is, but with compassion, of course. But thank you for sharing that. I love that you actually had that experience, because actually it does show you that you've shifted something and you've activated that to clear. So
yeah, you are all so amazing, and I love you all so much. And I love how we are giving to each other all the time, and I really feel precious to be here with all of you. And
isn't it beautiful to have each other?
It sure is.
Yes, gorgeous.
Sure is.
On us, I say, good on us for having
Yeah.
and just keeping on moving through those layers and continuing to be together in this love and sharing our love. Is beautiful. Thank you so much, Emmy. You are gorgeous. So I heard someone say how beautiful you look tonight. And as soon as I saw you come on screen tonight, when I let you into the session, I just thought, wow, look at Emmy, But of course I go well about all of you, but it was just so beautiful to really see that shift showing and pouring out of you. Thank you so much, gorgeous Emmy. Love
thank
you
you.
so much. Oh, thank you.
Love you.
Oh, Clary.
Yay!
Hey.
Oh, just so much love, isn't there? I just love you so much, and I love all of us so much, and it's so profound and amazing. And hearing Estella's sponsorship thing just brought me to tears. Just love that situation happening so much. Know how much that's meant to Estella and how much you've given to her through that whole journey, and it's just so beautiful. Yeah.
Always.
I'm just getting a new sense of being the creator of my reality tonight.
Right. I love that. A new sense of being the creator of reality, of my reality. It almost sounds limiting the way you're saying it, but it's not. Don't ever think, if you're getting a new sense, that you should have had that sooner. No, perfect. keep allowing each little beautiful layer, no matter how much. Sometimes they're just like really hugely profound. Other times they're just this little subtle thing that's happening, but it's always happening when you're choosing what you guys are choosing. Keep trusting.
Yeah. It's
Well
really
done.
beautiful. It's like understanding and sort of fathoming what we've given ourselves for our journey home through your guidance.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
the understanding of the nectar, the understanding of the
Yeah.
frequencies of love, like the ability to talk to angels, like just all of the higher, beautiful, soulful, intelligent choices that you've given us and you've connected us with and
I love it.
helped us remember. It's just
Yeah,
like this
and
beautiful toolbox of
yeah,
creativity that it's
yeah.
like,
Oh, I love that. It's true. But I love how everything keeps getting woven in. Like I set like the platform for it to be then all connected into the oneness, and that's what I love to do, so that every aspect can be understood. And there's just so much, and all of you guys, brilliant intelligence that you're awakening more and more yourself. It's always been there, but you're awakening. You're fathoming these things, like you're fathoming them, and you're applying them, and I know it's because you're love and you're trusting me too. So thank you for that. I love you so much, and I really, really value that beyond I can say. Because why I value it is because of what it's going to give you. Because I know what it gives me. And I can see it manifesting in you as well. And that's just like, that's divine nectar to me. It really is. So thank you so much, Clary. I love that.
thank you.
I
I
love
just
you
love you so much.
too.
Yeah, this is just so precious and profound and just eternally grateful and always here for you and for this. It's like just so important to me. And I see that in all of us. And it's
Yeah,
just,
that's what I love. I love seeing that.
yeah.
It really shows the importance loving you is.
Yeah.
You are loving you from this. This is all about loving you. And, I just love that there's still so much more for us, and I know, I just know where we're going, even though it's all here now. We're not really going anywhere. We're just lifting off the veils.
Yeah. And I love the final thing I just wanted to say is I love how masterfully you layer this in this knowledge. So I think of last session and all the understanding of the frequency was and the choice of like the brain pathways and really saying yes to ascension.
Yeah.
And then we come to this beautiful session and it's like this gorgeous golden like
I love it.
new level of amazing understanding of frequency of saying yes to ascension, but it's a whole different perspective. And I've always seen that in you, Jode. You're just you're just so brilliant and
thank you.
masterful. And those words don't even begin to describe how brilliant and incredibly soulfully, supremely intelligent you are. And I just grateful beyond all of my existence for you and just so just love you, just love you.
It's like we're all trying to say it, but and I love that we have these words to try and say it, because it does feel good, but it always comes back to, just going to have to feel this is beyond words.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Claire. That's so beautiful. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful being. You all are. Like, I just adore you all. And I adore all the one soul, but what I really, really love and appreciate the application and the discipline you guys are giving yourself. And look what it's giving you. Like, that's obvious. Proof is in the nectar pudding. Look at you. Golden, beautiful, glowing darlings, and life getting better and better. Yes. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. And we'll just keep doing that, and we'll keep integrating whatever there is to integrate, embrace, and understand. And it really is not only my honor, but my complete joy to do this. So thank you so much. Oh, I love you so much.
I love
You too.
Love you.
you. Love you.
Love you
Love you.
so much, Jody.
Love
Thank you.
Oh, I love you so much.
Love you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. I complete this now. What I love is I just know we're always connected and we keep on flowing in our soul talking and keep it flowing. To me, I am absolutely listening. I listen to you even when you're not doing that. I always am listening and connecting, and I love you. But when you do, when you allow our connection even more, you're allowing your own connection to the beautiful being of love that you are, because that's all it represents. So thank you so much. I love you. Oh my God, love you so much.
Love you
Love you
so
too,
much.
too, too, too.
Love you
so much, Jody.
much.
Love
Oh,
you.
Jody, love you.
Love you.
Thank you for all your love.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you for all of yours, all of you. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
this is,
you.
Thank you.
I just want to sit here and keep doing this, and I love it. But we will. We'll keep doing it anyway.
Awesome. Thank you.
Goodness, I love you so much. Oh, okay. Hi, doing it. Oh, love you, beautiful. Thank you
Love
so much.
you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.